So Mike, PayPal here at the International Payments Summit, some people, I guess, would see you as a threat. PayPal is often presented as the non-bank competition to banks in the payment space. But looking at your presentation you've just done, that's not the way you position yourself, is it?
Well, I mean, it's easy to look at PayPal as a potential competitor to banks, but we definitely see a lot of opportunity for partnership. And I think that it's not possible for one organization to do everything well. And PayPal is a great innovator. We are changing the way that payments work. But we definitely rely on financial institutions as a source of funds. And we see a lot of opportunity to partner in ways that add value to both sides of the ecosystem. So that's really the message I was trying to get across, that we not only see that opportunity, but we've started to deliver on it. We have well over 200 financial institutions working with us at various levels on different types of projects, and so we're hoping to develop that further and keep that pace going forward.
Okay, it's interesting because a lot of the other conversations around the show today, around the conference, have been about how for banks, payments has really become a commodity play, and to some extent, should they be involved in it, or should they turn to people like yourselves? Is that driving their desire for a partnership with people like yourselves?
Well, I think it is for some, yes. For a significant proportion of the banks that we work with, they're looking at the interactions with their customers. They're seeing that they're using PayPal, and they can see a value in partnering with us to see if there are ways that we can mutually really add value to their customers and continue to innovate together. I don't think that they will only look to work with PayPal, and it's possible, the banks who are in partnership mode will be looking to see which partners will be really good for them, and which ones will make a difference. And so that's very much the role that I'm fulfilling, is trying to make sure that we really do add value and help banks maximize. But there are banks who find it very difficult to let go of the payment space. They see it as a core competency, and maybe that is the case for some financial institutions, that they do build real depth and breadth in that area, and they may see us as more of a competitor.
But if they would, in some cases, they would say, you take the transport level, as it were, and we'll do the value add, the looking after the customer. That's the sort of thing you mean by partnership?
Well, I think it is. I don't think it's quite as simplistic as that, but it's definitely the case that banks have a key place in this world, in this emerging world. You can't see that people are going to stop using banks. That's just not going to happen. But what will the banks look like in 2, 3, 5 years' time? Will they be doing the same things they are today? Will they even be the same brands? That's not an easy thing to see. It's not an easy thing to predict, and certainly PayPal is pushing the boundaries on the way that payments work. I know a lot of other companies are, and banks will partner with more than one company to try and work out what the best route forward is. But I think that we're very keen to see what kind of value add we can develop together.
Right. So you talk a bit about innovations and moving forward from the original concepts of PayPal. Can you give us a flavour of what's coming down the pipe? What sort of stuff we're talking about there?
Well, PayPal sees payments as not just about e-commerce. So we grew from the e-commerce world, but we are looking at the whole payment ecosystem, and we're thinking about how payments really don't need to be categorized as point of sale or e-commerce or mail order, telephone order. That's a thing of the past, and consumers, especially Generation X and Generation Y, as we talk about them, don't care. And to be honest, the retailers these days are trying to provide a seamless multi-channel experience where someone looks up something on the web, buys it in a shop, gets it delivered at home, returns it to a different store. And the payment mechanisms need to be able to live with that and more. How do we add value to that life cycle? How do you really drive a seamless experience that's not dependent on a particular technology or a particular platform? And provide, so PayPal very much thinks of itself as a wallet in the cloud and able to move across any environment. And so we're making our first moves into the world of point of sale. I think that's something that there have been some trials. And in the UK, for example, we have tested payments in a restaurant called Pizza Express, where you can use PayPal to settle your bill while you're waiting for the waiter to come across with his point of sale terminal. He's busy, he takes forever, he seems to forget you exist.
They do in my branch, yes.
You can pull out your mobile phone, and if you've got the Pizza Express app on the phone, you can just pay and walk out.
I have got the Pizza Express app, and I didn't know PayPal was underneath it.
It's embedded.
There we go, you see. So that's the sort of thing we'll see, that kind of...
It's changing user experience and user expectations, and we're definitely trying things like that, and we're experimenting with not just becoming part of the point of sale ecosystem, but really adding value to it.
I'm going to look closer at those apps in the future. Thank you very much, it's been very interesting.
Oh, thank you very much.